from the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona. Tonight, the Pirates take on the Arizona Diamondbacks in Game 2 of their 3-game series. It's a 3-city, 9-game road trip for these Buccos, who defeated the Snakes last night 4-1. They'll look to make it 2 in a row as A.J. Burnett takes the hill. Greg Brown along with John Wehner. Last night, the Pirates win the ball game. 7 hits, John. Josh Harrison, a couple of hits and a big 2-run double in the second inning. Starting to see Jay Hay perform like he did last year when he made the All-Star team for the first time.
Yeah, huge hit for him, the double with two men out, the 2 RBI double. He's like an extra base machine, too, hitting balls in the gaps, hitting the ball out of the ballpark, and yeah, he really started clicking in that homestand. Hit a lot of balls hard. Unfortunately, some of them were caught, so his numbers are still down a little bit. But yeah, Jay Hay looks just like he did for most of last year.
Gregory Polanco, though he was hitless last night, he still reached base on a fielder's choice, stole second, making things happen offensively and defensively. He's starting to come into his own too, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he looks better than any time last year, including his first 10 games where he made his debut. I mean, the ball's just jumping off his bat. He looks confident, and he's been running the bases very well.
So you look at the top 2 in the batting order, Josh Harrison and Gregory Polanco, what they have done in particular the last 8 games, kind of helping this offense click.
You know what? These guys are going to get on base. What a 1-2 punch. These guys leading off, and you have McCutchen, Walker, Alvarez, Marte behind these guys. It's just a matter of time. The middle is going to start driving these guys in, but it's nice to see these guys setting the table and doing the things they're capable of.
The veteran A.J. Burnett is on the hill for the Buccos, looking for his first win of the young season. He'll make his 8th career start against the Diamondbacks, and he's won 3 of his last 4 decisions against the Snakes. Buccos and D-backs are coming up next. Once again, back-to-back nights. Pleasant evening here in Phoenix, Arizona. A.J. Burnett making the start for the Pirates and looking for his first win. He's pitched well in his first 3 starts.
Very well. It's the same A.J. we saw a couple of years ago. He got the good sinker, the good curveball, getting the swings and misses, and it pitched well. Unfortunately, not much run support, so he is yet to get a win under his belt. He's up against Ruby De La Rosa, a young kid with a good arm, Gets fastball up there, 94, 95 miles per hour, and has a great changeup, so it should be a pretty good matchup tonight.
Pirates' first look at De La Rosa, the former Dodger and Red Sox pitcher. Now let's send it back to the studio for a State Farm game break. That would be hilarious. Bound for the Arizona Diamondbacks, game 2 of this 3-game series. The Diamondbacks at 500, 8-8 on the year. The Pirates, by virtue of their victory last night, go over the 500 mark for the first time at 9-8. De La Rosa, though he has pitched in the National League previously with the Dodgers and a couple years with the Red Sox, has never faced the Pirates. This is Clint Hurdle's starting lineup, and brought to you by Toyota. Josh Harrison, Gregory Polanco, Andrew McCutchen, 1, 2, 3. Neil Walker carries a 7-game hitting streak with him tonight. Starling Marte and Pedro Alvarez follow. Bottom third of the order, Francisco Cervelli, Jordy Mercer, and A.J. Burnett.
Ruby De La Rosa, you'll see his numbers not off to a great start. The 6 ERA, the 2-1 record. Pitched better his last time out. He's a guy that at times can get into some control issues. He gives up the long ball. You see 4 there in the 18 innings of work. Opponents hitting 307 against him. Kind of odd, just a 2-pitch guy for the most part. Fastball, changeup. He will throw maybe 10 or so sliders during a game. Very rare to see a starting right-hander without much of a breaking ball.
Josh Harrison going to step in. The Pirates wearing their gray unis tonight. The D-backs have the alternate black jersey tops going. The Honda defense for Arizona. A.J. Pollock will be in center field. David Peralta in left. Ender Inciarte is the right fielder. And the corners Paul Goldschmidt, Aaron Hill. Up the middle, Cliff Pennington and Chris Owings. And Tuffy Gosewich is catching. Paul Goldschmidt, Gold Glove first baseman, well off the line against Harrison, and a strike is called. Underway here. 77 degrees at game time. Strike is called. A couple of quick strikes on Harrison. De La Rosa is 28 years old, 6'1", 225 pounds, from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. The D-backs sent Wade Miley to the Red Sox and got De La Rosa. Fly ball to right. Inciarte will make the catch. Well, we read you the defense, and we'll show you it graphically. Brought to you once again by Honda. Again, Peralta, Pollock, Inciarte in the outfield. Hill, Pennington, Owings, and Goldschmidt on the infield. And Gosewich catches De La Rosa. Last year made 18 starts with Boston. Went 4-8 with a 4.43 earned run average. He gave up a dozen homers in 102 innings. And Polanco with a foul ball.
Gregory, I think, has looked as good as ever. I mentioned it in the open. So confident, and just about everything he's put the wood to has jumped off of that bat.
96 from De La Rosa. Rivers Casino tips to win, John.
Well, AJ needs some run support. He's been pitching outstanding. You get him some runs, he gets you a win. And the lefties against De La Rosa have hit over 300 against him the last 3 years. Well over 300 in his first 3 starts here. The Bucks with 3 lefties in the lineup. So look for big things against De La Rosa for Polanco, Walker, and Pedro.
357 average, those lefties. Right-handed batters 242 against Ruby De La Rosa. And he takes. And now he's ahead of the count. 3-1 is Polanco. Career numbers, those splits, but this year dramatic. 357 left-handed hitters. And bounced off the side of the mound and kicks to the shortstop, and Pennington can't pick up the hot potato.
Yeah, they'll probably give him an error, but that's a tough ball to play right there. I mean, that ball's hit right on the button, a hard hit ball. It kicks up off of the mound and just eats up the shortstop Pennington as it gets up to him, comes up around the midsection. One of the tougher balls to play. When that ball's on its way up, it takes a little bit of a tricky hop, and Pennington couldn't handle it.
They do give him the error. Now, Polanco is 6 out of 6 in steals this season. De La Rosa has done a pretty decent job in keeping runners at first base the last couple of years, though Gosewich has thrown out just 1 out of 7 so far this season. Polanco looked as though he wanted to go and decided against it with a little bit of a slip that first step, and right away Gosewich is going to go out and talk to De La Rosa. De La Rosa made his first appearance in the big leagues in 2011 with the Dodgers. Went 4-5 at a 3.71 ERA and tore his UCL, had Tommy John surgery in August of 2011. Red Sox picked up De La Rosa late summer of 2012. One-time Pirate product Jerry Sands was dealt. And the touch and a high fly ball to center. Just missed that one. Pollock makes the catch. 2 outs.
And just underneath it, that high fastball. We've seen Andrew hit this ball a long way, as you can see, just off the end of the bat, and obviously frustrated. A pretty good swing. Andrew has been struggling of late. 0 for 13 is a slump. It's about as far as it normally goes for Andrew, and he knew he got a pitch he could have hit a long way.
Now Neil Walker. That 7-game hitting streak. Polanco wants to get into scoring position now with 2 outs. Walker drove home Polanco in the first inning last night and then doubled home Andrew McCutchen in the 8th inning. Both 2-out RBI singles. Pirates have been doing some damage with 2 outs. And again, De La Rosa throws, and this time a little more uncomfortable for the first baseman, Goldschmidt.
Pirates offensively, again, struggling early on, just 224 as a team. I think the difference with this team, a little more mature, especially with runners in scoring position. That was always a struggle for the Pirates, but hitting almost 300 in those situations early on. 297 on the year with runners in scoring position for the Pirates. And, you know, they didn't get a whole bunch of hits last night, just 7, but 3 came with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, which accounted for the 4 runs.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Good look at the change up there. Good arm action. It fades down and away from the left-handed batters.
There goes Polanco. Pitch taken for a ball, and the throw is not going to get him. Another stolen base. That was very close, but it's a steal for Polanco.
Decent jump from Polanco. Not a great jump, but those long legs, those long strides, and that great speed. Picked a good pitch. It's a changeup that's down and away.
They might want to challenge this. They're stalling to let Chip Hale look at it, and they are going to challenge. A first inning challenge. And the rookie skipper of the D-backs, Chip Hale. Second base umpire that called it was Phil Cuzzy.
You see the tag that's maybe on that left arm and the chest. Couldn't tell where the foot was. Maybe see a better view of it here. That's not a great view. I don't know if that.
Still haven't seen anything overwhelming.
Nope. I would think if you're going to challenge a play with 2 outs in the first inning,
it
should have
obvious.
pretty clear and obvious evidence.
Nothing clear from those angles that we saw. Jerry Davis, the crew chief and home plate umpire. Center field angle. See if this is any clearer.
Now how clear that is.
Polanco is successful. It'll be 7 for 7. Switch did a nice job getting rid of that quickly. Tag applied by Owings, but the question is there overwhelming evidence that would overturn the call? Maybe have one more angle that we haven't seen yet.
That one will tell you that he's tagged out before he reaches the bag.
Time De La Rosa keeps his arm loose. Last night there was a challenge that took, I think, under 45 seconds. This one maybe a little bit longer. We talked last night about the fact that on average these games in Major League Baseball have been cut back by an average of 8 minutes since the speed up rules were implemented beginning of this season, and the players will start being fined on May the 1st if they don't comply. This is one area They have again they've tried to speed up the second year of replay, expanded replay. First couple of times we have seen it, it's been much quicker than this. And I still believe at some point they've got to say that if in the first minute back in New York they don't see anything overwhelming, even though we may have seen a shot that looked, then forget it. It's got to be clear and convincing, and it needs to be quick.
That's what's interesting is you figure the Diamondbacks, how quickly Chip Hale came out, and he got word that quickly that they had a view of it that suggests that it should be overturned. That, you know, if they get it that fast in their clubhouse, you would think that in New York they should get it.
This was put in, the replay was put in to overturn obviously blown calls.
Right.
This is not it, and they've got to fix this. This is the one area. Did a nice job for the most part last year, but this is, it takes so long, and a safe call.
Wow.
So again, I think they could have done that in the first minute.
Sure.
Yeah. The angles we saw, there was nothing clear and convincing. Super slow-mo, maybe, but I mean, you got to slow it down to this degree. Still nothing certain.
Not this one, but the one before. It wasn't. I mean, this one may show the tag. The one beforehand, neither one of them really doesn't show a clear tag before the foot hits the bat. Although on another angle, we saw that he did tag him, but I guess you can't combine the two.
Right. And again, even though it looked as though perhaps he tagged him, but you weren't positive that the foot wasn't in there. Just nothing clear and convincing. So the call stands at 3 minutes and 43 seconds. That delay. 2-2. De La Rosa going to try and make it a moot point. And a fly ball toward left center field. Over is Peralta, and Peralta makes the catch. D-backs come to bat against A.J. Burnett. Heading to the bottom of the first inning. And the Honda starting lineup for Chip Hale's Snakes. Ender Inciarte leads off. A.J. Pollock, Paul Goldschmidt follow. David Peralta is the cleanup man. Aaron Hill is a .320 lifetime hitter against A.J. Burnett. Chris Owings, Tumpy Gosewich, Cliff Pennington, Ruby De La Rosa round out the starting nine. The pitcher batting in the 9th spot. More conventional. Chip Hale tried that pitcher hitting 8th a couple games. Now Burnett's numbers.
2 ERA, 18 innings of work, 4 runs, 5 walks, still striking guys out, almost 1 per inning. The rubber arm of A.J. Burnett, it's pretty impressive. This guy goes out there every year, throws 200 innings. The stuff is pretty much the same from pitch 1 to pitch 100. Maybe a touch less velocity than a couple of years ago, but still very effective.
First pitch is high to Inciarte. 323 on the year, was 2 out of 4 last night. Marte. One out.
Ball might be carrying here a little bit. Neil Walker's fly ball, it looked like he was a little out front. That ball carried pretty deep to left center. That looked like a little jam shot that I thought Marte would have to come in. Marte thought he had to come in.
It's hard to tell because I'm sure it swirls in here with the roof open. You've got the panels open. And it does appear as though that ball is carrying out that way. There's A.J. Pollock. Up to a .351 start. Pollock was 1 for 4 last night. Unlike the D-backs starter, Burnett does better against left-handed pitching, left-handed hitting. They're batting .182. Righties .326 for the first 3 starts for the ageless A.J. Burnett, 38 years old. And the splits for him this year. Tapper left side. Aggressive Harrison takes care of Pollock. Tonight's Barrel Automotive League leaders, MLB team leaders in ground ball percentage. The top 2 teams in baseball. Putting the ball on the ground. D-backs and the Bucks. D-backs at a 54% clip. Paul Goldschmidt was 1 for 3 with a walk last night.
That stat obviously was pitchers inducing ground balls, not your offense hitting ground balls.
Garrett Cole got his share of ground balls last night. There's a strike. One ball, 2 strikes on Paul Goldschmidt. Two and 2. Paul Goldschmidt cap giveaway night tonight. Honoring their slugger, Paul Goldschmidt. The season was cut short last year in August. And then Pirate reliever Ernesto Frieri hit him on the hand, broke his hand.
Not missing by much, AJ. Some good takes here by Goldschmidt. WB Mason strike zone will show you that tailing fastball just didn't come back enough to catch that outside corner.
High pop. Alvarez going out. And the second baseman Walker calls him off and makes the catch in foul territory. And a 1-2-3 first for A.J. Burnett. Underway, scoreless after 1.
Toyota. Toyota helps you get the most out of your drive. Just ask a friend who drives one. Toyota, let's go places. By Barrel Automotive, we're driven to be better. And by PNC Bell, for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks.
Second inning. Starling Marte will lead things off, and a nice play by a young Bucco fan. Souvenir. Ruby De La Rosa. Strike one on the number 5 man in the batting order.
And that was the ball that Pollock, the center fielder, was using to get loose in between innings, and I was watching him throw it towards center field. And I mean, that guy had to make, the kid had to make a nice play, or Pollock would have had to go retrieve it. Because he was quite a ways away too.
Yeah.
He made a nice throw, a nice catch over the wall. If he doesn't reach over and catch it, then Pollock would have to run all the way over there and do it again.
Nicely done. 2-1. Marte with a hit in 4 trips to the plate last night. Lined out his first time up, lined out to third. Struck out his second time up, and then doubled down the line and left in the 7th inning, and lined out his last at bat to right. And he'll pop this ball up to shallow right field, and it will be foul. Ciarte. Long run. Marte pops that foul ball down the line and right.
The way Marte was coming out of the box, thought maybe it would have been fair. Normally the hitter will tell you if the ball is going to stay fair or end up foul, and Marte obviously thought it had a chance. He got around to first base before that ball dropped a couple feet outside the line.
And a bouncer, foul toward third. Starling Marte, last 8 games, hitting at a .375 clip. With 4 home runs. And now 3-2. Alvarez to follow, and then Francisco Cervelli. De La Rosa gets his first strikeout.
3-2 changeup. Marte wasn't expecting it. Thought for sure he'd get a fastball leading off the inning. And 88 down, inner third of the plate. And Marte just out in front.
We were talking to someone the other night, a longtime baseball man, who was saying that 3-2 is no longer a fastball count in baseball. More and more, you don't see fastballs anymore on 3-2. Alvarez fouls it back.
And if pitchers could throw their secondary pitches for strikes in any count, then
why not?
I mean, it's unfair kind of with the arms that are out there nowadays. Everybody throws 95, 97, 98 miles an hour. Then you throw your secondary pitches in there for strikes in any count. And it's no wonder averages are down.
Yeah,
in the last several years.
I start really watching that now. These 3-2 pitches. How often do guys get fastballs on either side? Now Alvarez in the hole, 1-2.
For instance, De La Rosa averages 94 miles per hour with his fastball, and he only throws his fastball so far this year 51% of the time.
Weekly hit to second. Owings. Routine. Strikeout and a ground out. It'll bring up Francisco Cervelli. Download the MLB.com ballpark app on your mobile phone and check in next time you're at PNC Park. Free app personalizes your PNC Park experience with check-in offers, rewards, social media, and exclusive team content. Download the ballpark app with Google Play or the App Store on your iPhone or Android. Send along a very happy birthday wish to Sally O'Leary, watching tonight. Happy birthday, Sally.
Happy birthday.
One of the all-time best, long-time hired employee in the media relations department, publicity, and Still works with the alumni. Gets that alumni newsletter out. Still in close touch with so many of the former Buccos around the country. 0-2 on Cervelli. He was 0 for 4 last night. Games for the Dodgers in 11, 10 starts for De La Rosa.
Fastball velocity here in the second inning, 95, 96 miles per hour. Cervelli, as he has since putting on the Pirate uniform, showing good patience at the plate. He must see as many pitches as any Pirate per bat.
Probably see Chris Stewart in there tomorrow afternoon. Concluding game of this series, then it's on to Chicago.
That's a very close pitch. Maybe getting a call there from Cervelli, but because the catcher's set up inside, he has to reach to his backhand, and that's probably why he didn't get the call. Shook the fastball in, shook the changeup, shook the slider, wants the fastball away.
Francisco Liriano watching closely. He goes tomorrow toward the right center field gap. Pollock back, and this is going to bounce over the wall for a double for Francisco Cervelli.
Another good at bat from Francisco Cervelli. Gets that fastball away. Protecting that outside part, gets the fastball. It kind of goes down the middle, and that's good hitting right there. Fastball thigh high, middle, and Cervelli with a good swing, keeps the head down, stays inside, short and quick.
Toward the swimming pool. Hey, nice bump. I was going to say nice play, but she dropped it. Good try. Jordy Mercer now. Fourth double for Cervelli. First base open, even though it's early in the ball game. You got a very weak hitting pitcher on deck. See if Mercer gets anything at all. Mercer walked twice in last night's game, once intentionally, and he was 1 for 2. His 2-out base hit in the second was followed by a Garrett Cole single, and then Josh Harrison doubled them both home. One of these 2-out situations we're talking about, and a strike is called.
And always a tough spot to be in if you're Jordy Mercer hitting in front of the pitcher. You know first base is open. You don't know if you're going to see a strike or not. You got to be ready in case they do come after you. There's a good chance they're just going to pitch around you. Another good changeup from De La Rosa. Always interesting too. Some managers, they don't even mess around. They'll just say, put 4 fingers up, walk in. You know, some managers, oh well, we'll just try to pitch around you. Some just want to go after them and figure they're hitting 8th for a reason.
De La Rosa has walked 5, 1 intentionally, and struck out 18. Just under 20 innings so far this season. Strikes out Mercer. Couple of Ks for Ruby De La Rosa. After 1.5, it's 0-0. Inside Pirates Baseball follows several of the Buccos on a mic'd-up workout. Learn how 9-year-old Jared Haw sacrificed to help other kids through Clint Hurdle's charity and much more. Inside Pirates Baseball presented by Allegheny Health Network tonight after post-game on Root Sports. Pirates in the pool. I have a feeling that this is these are Diamondbacks employees. We'll keep you posted. I don't think those are real Buccaneers. I think it's not going to go well for those guys.
Probably not.
David Peralta leads off against Burnett. The strike is called. If you followed the John Holtzcomb story last year, and it was a great one. Holtzcomb bounced around independent league ball for a while. We're signing on with the Pirates minor league system. Probably no better story than this one here. David Peralta, who spent parts of 3 years in the Cardinals minor league system as a pitcher. Had some shoulder surgeries. Career ended as a pitcher. He went back home to Venezuela. Started working out again. Signed a minor league contract with the Diamondbacks after playing some independent league ball. And what a job he did last year at .286 with 8 homers and 36 RBIs in 88 games. And the other way, it is a foul ball. '27-year-old Venezuelan.
See so often where you might have a position player turn into a pitcher. That's way more common than a pitcher turning into a position player. That's pretty impressive. Obviously, Rick Ankiel, maybe the most successful position player after struggling as a pitcher.
Down on strikes. One away. We'll see about these Buccaneers out by the pool. Before the game, their mascot, D. Baxter, the Bobcat, was having fun with the Pirates bench, and they doused him with some water. All one on Aaron Hill.
He's no fanatic.
No. He's no parrot.
Well, that's obvious.
He's no Clark.
No Clark.
Of course, I don't know. We don't see Clark, do we?
Yeah, I'm wondering if Clark has made it on the field.
Wrigley Field. I wonder if that construction at Wrigley, maybe they had to move him once again. Really relocate him.
They should build him a den.
Yeah.
A cave.
Yeah. Well, they did have him somewhere, but he was hidden. He was never to appear on the field at Wrigley. Clark, the Cubby Bear. 2-1 on Aaron Hill. Pinch hitter last night in the 9th inning and grounded out, and drives this one toward left center field. McCutchen. 2 outs. You can see the parrot and your Buccos if you reserve your seats for the most in-demand games this year with a 12-pack plan. Flex Pack gives you the flexibility to personalize your plan, select the games that best fit your schedule. You can lock in the best prices and seating locations to high-demand games. Plus, if you purchase a 12-pack plan, you get postseason ticket presale opportunities. Get your 12-pack today at pirates.com/12packs. Here's Chris Owings. Second baseman with a .222 average. 1 for 4 in last night's ball game. Drove in the lone run and lines this toward right. 2 out opposite field single.
Let's see if Trying to do the same thing the Pirates did back in the first inning with Polanco with 2 outs. See if they get Owings going. Try to get him in the scoring position against A.J. Burnett.
Tuffy Gosewicz 0 for 3 last night. The catcher. And there he goes right away. Stolen base for Owings. He's 3 for 3 in that department. And opponents are 5 for 5 against A.J. Burnett this season.
Not wasting any time. They know the reports. They know A.J.'s deliberate getting the ball to his catcher. Yank that pitch a little bit. Even if Cervelli gets a good pitch to throw on. It's hard to throw guys out and when you're slow to the plate.
There's a strike on Gosewicz, who, though he grew up in Phoenix, has roots to Western Pennsylvania. A lot of folks are watching, friends and family of Tuffy Gosewicz in Newcastle. His mom's parents, both born and raised in Newcastle. Grandfather Jim Harlan ended up moving to Illinois. There's a line drive base hit and a bobble by Polanco, and that will cost them a run. If he fields it cleanly, they got a shot. And once he dropped it, it's an RBI single for Tuffy Gosewicz and a 1-0 lead for the D-backs.
And Gregory got caught in between a little bit. I think to get a good hop, he would have had to stay back even further. I think if he keeps coming, he might be able to catch it on a short hop. Then he would have had a chance. But it's just a tough hop to handle, that little in-between hop, when you're trying to get momentum to come home with a good, strong throw. Just a tough hop for Gregory to handle. A little after the bobble, might as well just throw it into second base.
Here's Cliff Pennington, switch hitting shortstop. He's 2 for 11 at the plate this season. So Tuffy Gosewicz drives in his 3rd run of the year. Pennington, the former first-round pick of the Oakland Athletics 10 years ago. One and one. Burnett's 4th start. He struck out 1 in this game, 17 punch-outs on the season. And a bunt try, and you can forget that. That's a base hit for Pennington. Giving him that opportunity with Harrison well off the line.
And you figure with a runner on, you want to look to maybe drive in the runner, maybe hit a ball in the gap. That's pretty much why the Pirates give him the bunt. Now with the pitcher up, you have to assume that De La Rosa can handle the bat a little bit, being that he was drafted as a position player, but still. Give him the bunt. Pennington takes the hit. We'll see if the pitcher can cash it in for the D-backs.
Ball 1. One and one on Ruby De La Rosa.
I got my signals crossed. De La Rosa wasn't a position player. What are we talking about?
David Peralta.
I saw that swing and I'm like, that wasn't a position player.
Well, maybe you had some inside scoop.
No. Good down. Yeah, I don't know if that's a great play. You know, you bunt in that situation. Yeah, you get yourself a base hit and all, but you know, if you're looking to score in this inning, you try to hit a gap.
De La Rosa 3 for 23 at the plate in his career. It's a 130 average. Strike 3 call. A couple of punch outs in the inning, but a 1-0 D-backs lead.
And your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Well, here was the skit. There's D. Baxter, the Bobcat, the mascot, taking on the Pirate, the Buccaneer, and ends up throwing him in the pool. And the other Pirate, thought he was going to give up. Nope. No surrender.
Looked like he was yielding.
Yeah, it did.
No mercy.
No. A.J. Burnett takes a strike. And A.J. Burnett gets himself a base hit. His first hit of the season, he's 1 for 6. Take that.
How about that, A.J.? And a little fastball turned on it. A.J. gets down to first and looks like, oh yeah, just another day at the office. No big deal.
See if this doesn't lead to something.
I thought it was quite odd that the third baseman was playing A.J. Burnett in the grass.
Yeah. A.J. show bunt. Gonna drop down and bunt.
What was that?
0-1. Jay Hay in the hole. 0-2. Anderson had 2 doubles his last 2 times to the plate against the Cubs on Thursday at PNC Park. Single and a double his first 2 times up last night. But in the hole, 0-2.
Going to see another changeup. And looks so much like the fastball, just can't lay off.
Let's go back to the studio for a game break. Well, Paul, we don't have to stress how important that guy is to the St. Louis Cardinals' success. Adam Wainwright going just 4 innings, 3 hits before being pulled. They are leading those Brewers 2-0, and a ground ball right side. There is one. That's all they'll get. Owing to Pennington, 2 down. Andrew McCutchen will take his time. Maybe take a pitch or two and get Burnett back in that dugout.
Yeah, sit down, relax a little bit. And if you're taking a couple of pitches, you also give Gregory Polanco another opportunity to perhaps get into scoring position.
And Polanco leaning, he's picked off. Polanco picked off first base.
Hurdle waiting to see if he can get a replay. That pick looked like he may have got that left arm in there before the tag.
Pirates are not going to challenge. There's the 3rd out of this top of the 3rd inning. 1-0 D-backs. Almost just as soon as Andrew McCutchen stepped in the box, Polanco is picked up. You see him leaning. Goldschmidt takes the pick.
Pretty close, and you can see there. I'm guessing Polanco may have expected De La Rosa to come set before making that move, as he was coming set. He was on his way to coming set when he threw over, and Polanco just didn't react quickly enough.
And Ciarte flying to left his first time up, takes ball 2. Falls behind the leadoff man, 3-0. Four-pitch walk.
First time through the lineup, AJ had pretty good command. That two-seam fastball working, catching that part of the plate, the glove side of the plate.
In on lefties, away to righties. Had the good breaking ball, flipping it in there for strikes.
Trying to get Pollock to hit the ball on the ground. He got him to do that in the first inning. Now it's to Josh Harrison. And Ciarte has stolen 2 out of 3 this year. And a strike. A.J. Pollock, former first-round pick out of Notre Dame, 2009. He missed a lot of time last year, hit by a Johnny Cueto pitch, broke his hand at the end of May. Ended up playing in just 75 games. Trying to keep Ciarte close. And a chopper, not a double play ball. Quick flip to second, and that's what they'll get. Racing Ciarte. 6-4 on the force. 1 out. It brings up Paul Goldschmidt. And that got Goldschmidt to foul out to Neil Walker in the first inning. Paul Goldschmidt giveaway caps tonight, and cap showing Paul Goldschmidt on the backswing. It's from his first at bat. That's the cap on the left, and that's his first at bat on the right. Runner goes, and fairly close, but a stolen base for Pollock.
Good quick release from Cervelli. He got a fastball. Goldschmidt taking all the way. Pretty accurate throw. Just didn't have enough time.
And a bouncer left side. Mercer to Alvarez, 2 outs. Pollock has to hold at second. It's just the one area of the A.J. Burnett game that has, over the years, pretty much he's sacrificed, allowing those runners to take off at will almost. Last year, 33 steals and 42 attempts. 2 years ago, well, with the Pirates, opposition stole 22 bases in 24 tries. And in 2012, 38 steals and 40 attempts with A.J. Burnett on the hill.
I want to say Cincinnati against Billy Hamilton and the Reds. A.J. slid step. He had a slide step at least once or twice. And it's the first we've seen that from him as a Pirate.
Yeah, struck out a couple. 2,388 for his career. Second among active pitchers behind CC Sabathia.
Are those raindrops we just saw in the lights? It's something you don't see here very often. I don't remember ever seeing any rain here. My guess is evaporates before it hits the ground.
So we don't see that roof open too often, but back-to-back nights here. The Bucks make their way into Phoenix in April. 1-2 on David Peralta. Struck him out looking. A.J. Burnett walks the leadoff man, but it's ground balls and strikeouts.
At Chase Field, the Arizona Diamondbacks under Tony La Russa and GM Dave Stewart have rebuilt their roster and have gotten young. Well, a lot young. They had the youngest roster on opening day in all of MLB, 27 years, 317 days. And veteran third baseman Aaron Hill told me it's always fun seeing the new generation come up. The group brings energy on a day-to-day basis, and they're always asking questions of the vets. The biggest thing he noticed, they respect the game and they play it the right way, and that is what's permeating through their clubhouse thanks to that man. The man they call Smoke was a great pitcher in his day, now building a very, very young roster, Greg. Just 4 guys over 31 years of age on this roster.
And Dave Stewart, you know he means business. Named the general manager in the final days of last year. They fired Kevin Towers. Big time winner with the Oakland A's under his boss, Tony La Russa. Good guy, Dave Stewart, 4-time 20-game winner. And McCutchen is in the hole 0-2. Tony La Russa and his longtime pitching coach, Dave Duncan, next to him, now an assistant.
Really liking that changeup, throwing it way more often than the fastball. There it is again. We'll see how the Pirates adjust as they see him more the second time through. And he throws hard enough to where it's hard to get off the fastball. It's hard not to think about the fastball. Almost as if, you know, if you instead of looking changeup, maybe looking away, looking to drive the ball the other way, it'll allow you to see the ball a little bit longer. Maybe you recognize it. It's such a hard pitch to adjust to because it looks so much like the fastball during its flight. Pretty much the same rotation. And goes with the slider this time, and he hasn't thrown many of those, and got Andrew out in front.
His 4th strikeout.
And pretty sharp late break on that slider as well, in a great location. Outside corner at the knees. I think the other thing you can do, you know, if he's throwing so many off-speed pitches, is to zone him up. And that's a good pitch and a good location there to Neal. Not a pitch you want to offer at first pitch. But if you look for something off speed, you look about up near the belt, you may be able to drive it. Anytime you look for a breaking ball down around the knees, chances are if they throw it and it starts out around the knees, it's going to break down and out of the strike zone. First fastball of this 4th inning.
Sprinkles here in Phoenix. Bouncing ball and a fair ball just inside the first base bag. Walker into second base with a 1-out double.
Just staying fair, probably over the bag at first base. Another changeup from De La Rosa. Wanted it down and away, left it outer half. It was still down. Neal puts a good swing on it, places it perfectly.
Check out this look from the Allegheny Health Network Supermo. Past diving first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Walker, a 2-base hit, his 6th double already this season. Here is Starling Marte. Pulls this ball foul. Starling Marte with 12 RBIs to lead the Pirates. Fastball, 1-1. That's pulled foul.
It's almost De La Rosa is going to show you the fastball, but he's going to show it to you off the plate and try to get you out in front of the off-speed pitch. And again, pulls the string on Marte.
Here's the pitching coach of the Diamondbacks, former Cubs right-hander Mike Harkey. In on the hands, a roller. Marte trying to race to first and almost beat De La Rosa there. 2 outs.
Very close. Schmidt gets to it, and it looks like De La Rosa's over there in plenty of time, but slows up a bunch the last couple of steps, and you can see just a few inches his right foot hitting that bag before Marte.
Now Alvarez. De La Rosa got Alvarez to ground to second baseman Chris Owings in the second.
There came at Pedro with a fastball. Caught a lot of plate too, but 96 miles per hour. And that's why it's so hard to go up there as a hitter, even though he's throwing a ton of off-speed pitches, to sit up there and give up on the fastball and just look soft. A little bit up and in the middle of the plate.
Line drive right field. Pedro Alvarez will tie the game. The Bull racing into second base with a double. A 2-out double. And it's 1-1.
Another 2-out RBI. Every RBI in this series so far have come with 2 men out. And Pedro, this time a slider. He comes at Pedro with the slider and doesn't get it all the way in. Good swing from Pedro. Keeps those hands in. You get out in front, you hook it foul. He keeps the hands inside the ball. Well fair. An easy double for Pedro. Taking advantage of a mistake. I'm sure De La Rosa didn't want to leave that pitch on the plate.
Now Cervelli doubled to the right center gap his first time up. Hits this in the air to right. And Ciarte is over. Nearing the seats and with room makes the catch. Milwaukee's double leads to the game tying run as Pedro Alvarez makes it 1-1. Diamondbacks, a few pitchers on the shelf coming back from Tommy John surgery. Bronson Arroyo, Patrick Corbin, plus reliever David Hernandez. Over the past year or so, they've had that Tommy John. Corbin and Hernandez have both started throwing live BP. Could be back within about a month. And Bronson Arroyo hoping to return sometime in July. 1-1. And Aaron Hill against A.J. Burnett. Strike one.
Saw some of that Mets-Yankees game today, and Matt Harvey.
Yeah.
he doesn't look like he has lost anything after his Tommy John surgery.
8 2/3, 2 runs, a couple of walks, 7 strikeouts. He's 4-0. Of course, they were very conservative with him.
Yeah.
I understand why. And in fact, Neil Huntington talked about that recently when asked about Jameson Taillon. He pointed out that the Mets really cautious with Matt Harvey. Pirates will do the same with Taillon. What a job those New York Mets have done. 14-4 now to lead the National League East. Bouncing ball, foul. And I'm surprised. I've watched a lot of the national shows and listened to all the talk about the New York Mets. Most every time you hear someone discuss a team that's doing great, they point to the manager.
Yeah.
I've not heard one mention of Terry Collins.
Yeah, it's amazing. And he probably likes it like that.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's a good baseball
what do they have against Terry Collins?
Yeah, I know.
I don't seem to want to give him any credit whatsoever. 3-2 now on Aaron Hill. A couple of former Blue Jays here. A.J. Burnett, Aaron Hill. To center field, McCutchen back a couple steps. Follow the Pirates all season in 2015 with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. At Bat, up to the moment, at any moment, with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCast, and more. Get MLB.com at Bat for your smartphone or tablet. Burnett retires the first man in the bottom of the 4th inning. And now Chris Owings singled the other way in the 2nd and lines this one into right center field. He didn't waste time. 2 for 2.
Well, they come out and swing the bats for the most part. These young Diamondback players, and we saw with Garrett Cole very efficient through the first 5-6 innings, throwing strikes. Diamondbacks swinging the bats.
Now Tuffy Gosewicz, who had the RBI single to right field that brought home Owings. Owings stole 2nd. Strike one. Tuffy wanted us to make sure we said hello to all his family and friends out in Lawrence and Beaver counties, the Harlans, the Latskos. Heard from Fred Harlan today about Tuffy Gosewicz. Usually gets a strong contingent when the D-backs come to Pittsburgh. Right now, Burnett's looking for a ground ball from Tuffy. Runner goes, taken for a strike. Another steal and into center field. And whether it was intentional or not, it certainly didn't look it. Jordy Mercer does, or Neil Walker does a nice job of holding Owings at second base, and with one out, that's awfully important.
Yeah, and I'm sure Chip Hill, I mean, I think Neil Walker does a good job of making it look like an accident, but I'm sure Neil was trying to keep that runner there at second base. Yeah, but I think Chip Hill has an argument. I think if it's accidental or not, if you impede the progress of the runner trying to advance. Another good jump. And Neil, as he comes down.
Yeah, nice job by Neil Walker, that's for sure.
Gets his hands on him.
Yeah. Yeah, excellent work, Neil.
Yeah.
That is big with one out for sure. And a nice play there by Josh Harrison to retire Gosewich.
Oh, that was a nice job of Josh, because when you're over there and you see that ball coming at you, you think it's hit hard. This was a little bit off the end of the bat, so Josh thought he was going to have to dive at first, but the ball didn't get to him as quickly as he thought initially, and so just kind of stayed in control of his body like he does so often. I mean, he's so strong over there. You would think, his natural position, third base. I mean, his footwork is excellent, so rangy.
Saw that last year. Almost any position where the Pirates put him, third, second, right, left. He was he looked like he had played any of those positions for his whole career.
Yep.
Now they'll walk Pennington intentionally. Pennington bunted for a hit in the second with a runner at first base and 2 outs. De La Rosa will come to the plate. While Burnett intentionally walks Pennington, will send along a happy birthday wish to Robbie Searage, Ray's youngest son, who's 27 today and watching in St. Pete. Happy birthday to Robbie Searage. Your proud dad right there. Two on, 2 outs. Now Burnett goes after his mound opponent.
Blew that fastball by him, 90 miles per hour.
Chopper the right side. Walker. And on to first. 1-1 after 4.
Brought to you by Allegheny Health Network. Health for all. By Kenny Ross. Ask a neighbor. And by Levin Mattress. Located in all Levin Furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
1-1, top of the 5th. Here in Phoenix. Stay tuned after post-game for the new Inside Pirates Baseball. Follow several of the Buccos on a mic'd-up workout. Learn how 9-year-old Jacob Hall sacrificed to help others. And through that Clint Hurdle charity and much more. Inside Pirates Baseball presented by Allegheny Health Network tonight after post-game on Root Sports. Jacob, we apologize. Last couple of nights we've called you Jared. Sorry about that. Jacob Hall Did great work for Clint Hurdle's charity, and you'll find all about 9-year-old Jacob Hall coming up after the game. Ball 1 on Jordy Mercer. Struck out in the second. One ball, one strike. Ruby De La Rosa. His 4th Diamondbacks start. Last time out a week ago. 6 2/3 innings against the Giants in San Francisco. Gave up 4 runs. 3 of them earned on 9 hits. Went 5 1/3 his first time out against the Giants here. Gave up 6 runs. And then next time in San Diego, 3 runs in 6 innings.
A bunch of change-ups out of this Diamondbacks rotation. I think Pirate hitters, especially the right-handed hitters, will probably see as many change-ups in this series from right-handed pitchers as they'll see all year.
Have you seen a staff throw so many right-on-right change-ups?
No, very rare. Cole Mentor, that's his bread and butter. Good change-up. But he doesn't. Even Cole Mentor throws more fastballs than he did last night, more so than De La Rosa has tonight. De La Rosa, I'd almost have to say, I don't know exactly what it is, but as many changeups as fastballs so far in this game. Bronson Arroyo, former Bucco.
Long-time Cincinnati Red, Bronson Arroyo. And how about, there's a strike 3 called. How about the delay in Cincinnati today? What did you say it was before they called it?
Almost, it was at least 4 hours.
My goodness. The Reds and the Cubs were to play in Cincinnati, and they waited at least 4 hours before calling it. Here's Burnett. His first hit of the season, leading off the 3rd inning. 4 hours and 13 minutes to be exact, that Cubs-Reds delay.
That had to be frustrating for everybody. Players, coaches, fans.
1-2. That delay and that postponement will mean that for the 2nd straight series, the Pirates will miss ace John Lester. Strike 3 called. Number 6 for De La Rosa. 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th inning. Day automotive this day in Pirates history. On this day in 1970, Pirates beat the Braves 8-7 at Forbes Field. Willie Stargell, go-ahead 2-run homer in the 7th inning. They completely cleared the right field grandstand. 2nd time in a week that Captain Willie homered over the right field stand, something he did 7 times in his career. He'd accomplished only 18 times in Forbes Field history. Roberto Clemente also went 3 for 4 with 4 ribbies on this day in 1970. Final year at Forbes Field. They would move that summer to 3 Rivers. Harrison, a high chopper to 3rd. Aaron Hill on to 1st in the dirt, and picked by the Gold Glover over there, Paul Goldschmidt. And for the first time, the Pirates go down in order, tied at 1.
Is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
To the bottom of the fifth, UPMC scoreboard 1-1. And it'll be the top of the Diamondbacks batting order against A.J. Burnett, the 2001 world champs. There's Bob Brenly, the skipper then, and color analyst here in Arizona. Been with the Cubs broadcast team for a while. Real good guy, Bob Brenly. Randy Johnson on that staff. Kurt Schilling leading the way. This ball popped up. And Jay stays with it.
I love the quick outs.
Burnett just keeping pace with this rotation. Overall this season, the staff, the Pirates second in ERA, 2.89. Behind the Cardinals starters, leading the National League with a 2.06 ERA. Going back to the April 13th game, starting there, Pirates starters have a 2.12 earned run average. John had talked today to Justin Message, the Double-A pitching coach of the Altoona Curve, on the radio pregame, because I saw what I thought was a stunning statistic. Their 13 games for the Altoona Curve, their starters had given up 5 earned runs in 70 innings.
Wow.
An 0.64 ERA. And Tyler Glasnow went today, gave up 1 run in 5 2/3. So now that's 70, almost 76 innings, 6 runs. And now it looks like maybe a light or something behind home plate. Or a reflection. See what Jerry Davis will tell somebody. I don't know if that's it or not. There's some kind of light or flash going on, and he's going to ask them to stop it or turn it off. There it is. Flashlight on the phone trying to record the action.
Oh, boy, that's some good eyes from Phil Cuzzy way out there in shallow center field.
And right toward the second baseman, Walker, near Cuzzy. 2 outs. Clint Park University tweet: what determines when you wear polo shirts and when you wear shirts and ties? You want to answer that one, John?
Pretty easy. Well, their forecast says it's 85 or over.
85 or over?
85 or over. Polos. 85 or under. Ties.
So the forecast today was 85 or over.
Yes, it was.
That would make sense. We're here in the desert. I won't ask why we wore ties last night then.
Because the forecast was for it to be under 85.
Really? Radio dress code. I don't know. Did they have one?
They just wear shirts.
That's it. All that matters. Walt Ellis behind there. I don't know if he's involved. And you know what's interesting? Walt Ellis, pretty much, he's the engineer there in the radio booth. Casual with Tim and Bob. Now, do our producers, directors, associate producers, associate directors, do they have to dress like we do?
I don't know what their roles are.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, they do whatever they want.
When we wear shirt and ties, they don't, do they?
Nope.
There's a high fly ball to deep left off the bat of Paul Goldschmidt. Back is Marte, and with room makes the catch. He went back to the wall, and maybe that breeze we talked about swirling a bit, and he kept that one in the yard. 1, 2, 3. Go the D-backs.
And speaking of the 2001 World Series team that Greg, you and John were talking about, Luis Gonzalez was the winner. Of course, Gonzalez had the game-winning hit off Mariano Rivera, the bloop single, to win the World Series. And a current Pirate was actually a big fan of that team, Jung-Ho Kang. He was a big fan of the 2001 Diamondbacks World Series team because Byung-Hyun Kim was their closer, and they were fellow countrymen. And get this connection between Kim and Kang. Kim was the closer on that team, and they ended up being teammates for 2 seasons for the Nexen Heroes in the KBO in 2012 and 13. They also went to the same high school. Now, Jung-Ho told me he remembers watching that World Series back in Korea and was really happy to see him win it. And Kim just retired after last season and is doing television for the KBO, but he's not going to be calling any of Jung-Ho Kang's games here anytime soon. But kind of a cool connection between Jung-Ho Kang and the 2001 Diamondbacks.
That is cool. And Young Kim, you know, the Pirates had signed him a few years ago to a contract, brought him to spring training, and it was in the spring of 2008. They were going to use him out of the bullpen exclusively, as Kim had been a starter and a reliever. But very disappointing spring training performance. The Pirates released him the last week of spring training 2008.
Forgot about that.
1-2 on Gregory Polanco.
I read somewhere today that Ruby De La Rosa
was a one-time position player.
No,
Catcher,
that was just a mental cramp. But I guess friends with the Martinez.
Oh yeah, that's right. His grandmother
was the nanny.
Yeah, was their nanny, the Martinezes. Mark Grace returns. Boy, the D-backs, he appreciates them sticking with him as he had a couple of DUIs that forced him to do some jail time. And they showed faith in him, and he has responded. And so he'll never make that mistake again.
He'll work his way back up, too.
Yeah.
Went down to the minor leagues to coach a couple of years.
Andrew McCutchen, 0 for 2.
But De La Rosa credits Pedro Martinez for teaching him this changeup that we've seen so often here tonight.
Two 2-0 on McCutchen. Sharply hit, but at the shortstop as they had 3 infielders on the left side. McCutchen was hoping to get off to a strong April start. He has driven in 10 runs, so not too shabby, but not producing like you know he will. Pitch count. Look at that off-speed stuff compared to the fastball.
Yeah, I'm surprised at the breaking pitches that he's thrown that many, but yeah, no surprise. The off-speed pitch is that changeup 37% of the time, less than 50%. The fastball 46% for a guy that's throwing 95, 96 miles per hour. See what Neal gets here 1-1. And Neal, I've always thought Neal was a pretty good breaking ball pitcher, or hitter, pretty good changeup hitter. See if he can hang one here to Neal. It came hard. Fastball up, out over the plate.
One and 2 on Neil Walker. Struck him out with that changeup. 1, 2, 3 for the Bucks, and 7 straight set down by De La Rosa. 1-1 after 5.5 in Phoenix. the Reds at 7:05. Central Division Showdown. Be one of the first 20,000 fans and get a Clint Hurdle Gnome presented by Trib Total Media. For tickets, go to Pirates.com. Thursday, May 7th, the Pirates taking on the Cincinnati Reds, the concluding game of that 3-game series before the Cardinals come to town. Here's cousin Jim Brown and his daughter Chris at the game here. They're living in Phoenix these days, but remain big-time Pirate fans. I want to say hello to Joe Dorley back in the Uniontown area. Ball's popped up. Foul territory. Josh Harrison. And another quick out. That's exactly how the 5th inning started for Burnett. Getting the leadoff man to foul out to Jay Hay. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Famous Brown clan. There's a Charlie Brown, a James Brown, Greg Brown. What else we got?
There are a lot of Browns.
And then all the Kellys. Is there a Gene Kelly? By any chance?
No, it's not a Gene Kelly.
Jim Kelly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Another famous name.
Uncle Jim, Greensburg, the judge. There's Aaron Hill, who has flied out to center field twice. And A.J. Burnett, again, keeping the opposition to this point at bay. 1 run on 4 hits. And John talked earlier about getting him some offensive support. That's a ripped foul. But the Pirates really haven't been able to solve Ruby De La Rosa, so we are involved in a pitcher's duel here in Phoenix.
I think that, the reputation of the Pirates offense, good fastball hitters, and I think that's why you see so many off-speed pitches.
Roller. Mercer can't make the play. Looked as though he was going to make it, and then maybe the ball kicked up at the last moment. And a base hit for Hill.
Fast infield. To Jordy's left, the ball almost looked like it kept picking up speed. Looked like Jordy may have a chance to get to it. I think AJ off the bat probably thought it was going to be a routine ground ball, but
well, this is a guy, Chris Owings, who's hit the ball the other way twice, 2 for 2, and there's a shot right off the mound. What a break. Burnett felt like he didn't get a very good break on the ball hit by Hill as it scooted through the infield, but here, a shot right off the side of the mound.
Beautiful.
Inning, and how about this fortuitous bounce off the pitcher's mound, their Chick-fil-A double play. What a time to get it.
It doesn't get any better than that. Not any easier than that for Neil Walker, Jordy Mercer to Pedro. Easy breezy. Quick inning. I don't know. Did AJ even throw 5 pitches?
I don't know. That was quick.
Beautiful. Like a little Chick-fil-A double play. I haven't had Chick-fil-A on the plane in a while.
Well, you'll have to take care of that. If anybody can, you can. Fouled off the mask of the catcher, Gosewicz. Marte 0 for 2. And a pop up to right. Easy for Inciarte. T-Mobile game changer, talking a lot about Ruby De La Rosa and the changeup. He's allowed just 4 hits.
Out front there, Neil Walker, Starling Marte, Pedro roll over. But Jordy out in front. Soft contact. Polanco, and then you got Neil Walker, that changeup running away from him.
Alvarez tied the game in the 4th inning with a double to right. Brad Ziegler starts to loosen up in the D-backs bullpen as De La Rosa will be due up 3rd in the bottom of the 7th inning. Last time out through 115 pitches.
Pedro thought he was going to get hit. 2-0 count. And changeup running off the plate away.
Ground ball to the first baseman. Goldschmidt to De La Rosa.
Hard to be surprised. He just goes to it, but you know, Pedro, that one he knew was up, and good pitch to hit if you could just stay back on it. And again, a lot easier said than done when you figure a guy with 95, 96. You got to respect that. It's hard to not have that in the back of your mind. Just can't get up there and sit changeup.
Now Cervelli, he has doubled and fouled out to right, and he takes strike 1. Nine straight retired by Ruby De La Rosa. He has struck out 7. Has not walked a batter. Fine performance by De La Rosa, making his 4th start for the D-backs. So Ziegler ready if need be to come into this inning, but at the very least we'll see him in the 8th as they'll pinch hit for De La Rosa in the bottom of the 7th. Now Radames Lees is going to start to loosen up, it would appear.
And then, might start thinking change up when he throws that fastball. It's just hard to cover them both.
Heck of a performance from De La Rosa tonight. 7th inning stretch time, still tied at 1. Game of this 3-game series. Nissan Road ahead. It's Francisco Liriano in the concluding game of this series. Will be opposed by Jeremy Hellickson. And we'll get you started at 3:30 on Root Sports. The Nissan Road ahead is Francisco Liriano, who's pitched well. Looks for his first win. Meantime, A.J. Burnett in what is likely to be his last inning. Only 76 pitches. This from a guy who usually is well into the 80s and 90s, you would think, by this time. Bouncing ball to the shortstop. My goodness. 6-3.
I'm sure AJ's loving the fact that these Diamondbacks swing it. They're aggressive. A lot of early contact.
Jeez. Burnett has thrown 77 pitches. There's another Point Park University tweet. What are your thoughts on bringing Morton back? Should we bring him back into the rotation or leave our rotation how it is? Well, that'll take care of itself, but Charlie Morton is nowhere close to returning, so that's way down the road. Thanks for the tweet. But, it usually happens, doesn't it, John? It takes care of itself.
More times than not. And we'll see. We just hope that Morton can regain his form, get everything going in the right direction, and then play it from there.
2-0 on Cliff Pennington. Bunt single and an intentional walk. As Vance Worley was scheduled to be in the bullpen when the season began, but Charlie Morton had trouble in Philadelphia, and they decided to place him on the disabled list and get things straightened out. The mechanics, he said he's starting to feel better about it. He threw only just one inning yesterday with some rain down in Bradenton, but it'll be a while yet before he has a rehab assignment in one of the minor league teams, and then we'll get him stretched out again. We're talking a few weeks. Strike is called on Cliff Pennington, but certainly wishing Charlie Morton the best. Get him back to form. 2-2 on Pennington with 1 out. And a fly ball toward left center field. McCutcheon onto the track will make the catch. That will be it for De La Rosa. Danny Dorn will pinch hit. Who knows what we'll see from Clint Hurdle. Just 82 pitches thrown by Burnett. He gets a quick out here.
Yeah, and you wonder if he does get this inning shut down here in a hurry, if Mercer gets on, leading off the 8th, he can leave Burnett in to bunt him over. Perhaps.
Danny Dorn's 3rd major league at bat after many years in the minors. 10 minor league seasons, so 939 career games in the minor leagues. One ball, one strike. Dorn pinch hit last night against Garrett Cole and struck out.
Up there aggressively swinging, chased a couple of pitches. I figured AJ would go to the breaking ball and see if he bounces one here ahead in the count 1 and 2.
Quick appeal, and no. Tony Randazzo. Even Burnett knew that was futile. 2-2. Full count, lays off. Breaking pitch in the dirt. So here's one of those 3-2 pitches we were talking about earlier.
See if AJ comes with that 2-seam fastball. back inside.
Struck him out with a high fastball. 1, 2, 3. A.J. Burnett has allowed 1 run in 7 innings. A hug from his manager. Indication that he is finished for the day. Greg Brown along with John Wehner and Robbie Inspikowski. A.J. Burnett, another strong start. His best, actually, in his 4 starts this season. Pedro Alvarez, the RBI double in the 4th inning, tied the game. Ruby De La Rosa went 7 innings, gave up that 1 run on 4 hits. Selfie Gosewicz had the RBI single in the 2nd off of Burnett. Came with 2 outs and scored Chris Owings. That has been the scoring. And now the veteran Brad Ziegler takes over. Saw him last night.
He hasn't given up much. Sidewinder. He's due. Scratch one across for AJ.
Last night he walked Mercer intentionally. He faced Cervelli. Got Cervelli to fly out, and then pinch hitter Andrew Lambeau bounced out. Correction. That was Garrett Cole who bounced to 3rd against Ziegler last night. He's out in front of Mercer, 0-2. Lambeau comes out on deck.
A guy like Ziegler, you're really going to try to see the ball as long as you can. Hard to pick up as Tony Watson gets loose. Big frisbee slider. Jordy able to lay off of it.
Fly ball to left field, sending Peralta back to the wall, and Peralta makes the catch. 1 out.
Just off the end of the bat. Thought maybe Jordy again the slider. Or no, that looked like a changeup. It was down out of the zone. UPMC Sports Medicine shows you.
Ziegler wasn't sure.
Yeah, just going to kind of tell off the bat. A little bit of a didn't have that real good sound off the bat.
And just yet he sent Peralta back almost to the wall. Now Lambeau, pinch hitter. Strike 1.
Lambeau, boy, talking about some tough luck early going. 1 for 16, but he's hit at least 8 or 9 balls right on the button. And some great plays made against him. Some balls just hit right at defenders.
One and 2. 2-2.
Another birthday today. Champ Ferragonio. I'd like to wish him a happy birthday. That's Bob's man, Champ.
There's a line drive to right field. Coming on. Nicely done by Inciarte. Lambeau has been stinging the ball. Not a lot to show for it, but keeps that approach.
This one too off the end of the bat, and so usually when you're hitting the ball hard and
Guys are making plays, and then you miss-hit it, and you're usually rewarded with a base hit. But
you see there the sliding grab. Lambeau can't get anything to fall in for him.
On Harrison, he's 0 for 3.
Got that one, 86. It's not as hard as you'll see him throw. But with that release and that delivery from the side, that 86 probably looks as hard as De La Rosa's 96.
And strikes out Harrison. The Pirates down in order. 1-1. Brought to you by Miller Lite. That's pretty clever. Damian Miller, one-time D-back catcher, and A.J. Burnett able to smile a little bit. Why not? 7 innings, 1 run, 5 hits, and no decision. But brilliant tonight.
Yeah, outstanding stuff. The good command. You know, that curveball. Able to locate it in and out. Got chases when he wanted to. Got a big double play. Ball back in the bottom of the 6th inning. Went upstairs against the pinch hitter Dorn, and well-deserved hugs from everybody in the Pirates dugout.
Inciarte against Tony Watson. Well, this is Watson's first appearance since that strong 2-inning save in the cold Wednesday night at PNC Park against the Chicago Cubs.
Awkward looking swing there. 93-mile-per-hour fastball.
2-2 on Ender Inciarte. Top of the order. A.J. Pollock next, and then Paul Goldschmidt. Bottom of the 8th inning. 1-all. D-backs scored in the 2nd. Pirates in the 4th. High chopper. This is going to be.
That go. I kind of thought he might just let that go, back up off it so it doesn't roll past him in the left field. But Jay knew that he couldn't make a play on it, so just went at it with his bare hand. But that's a base hit all the way unless it were ruled foul. And you'll see it here. Hard to say if there's enough spin on that to get it to kick in the foul ground before the base.
So the other option was for Harrison to back off, let it drop a second time on the grass and see if it had some English, and maybe spun foul. That's a leadoff hit for Ender Inciarte. Brings up A.J. Pollock. Pollock 0 for 3 against A.J. Burnett.
Josh Harrison creeping in, perhaps thinking maybe the Diamondbacks will bunt.
Line drive center field and a base hit. First and second, and nobody out for Arizona here in the bottom of the 8th.
One of the reasons you don't bunt in that situation is you don't want to take the bat out of this guy's hand, Paul Goldschmidt. The first pitch fastball upstairs. Pollock, a nice short quick swing, returning it right back up the middle.
Inciarte had to scramble back. 2 on, nobody out for Goldschmidt. Last time up he sent Starling Marte back to the wall. He's 0 for 3 in this one. This is his night, the cap giveaway. 38,859. Hoping Goldschmidt can bring home the go-ahead run in the 8th.
Watson so far all fastballs. Let Goldschmidt swing through it, see if he can get him out in front. Maybe a ground ball at someone. Another fastball down low.
One ball, one strike on Paul Goldschmidt with nobody out. Strike. Breaking ball, 1 and 2.
Is this the changeup? Changeup.
Wow.
Yeah. Up and in.
One and 2. Inciarte and Pollock the runners.
Up to 95, just off that outside edge.
Now it's 3 and 2. And it's coming down to cases here. Already 3 homers with men in scoring position this season. One of the top sluggers in all of baseball at the plate in the 8th inning with nobody out against One of the top relievers in all of baseball, Tony Watson.
Even though it's a 3-2 count, you don't expect them to run. You risk hitting into a triple play. You send the runners, and if Goldschmidt would hit a line drive at somebody, or maybe a soft liner to somebody, you end the inning with a triple play. So the odds are, the runners won't be going anywhere, especially with Watson. And you put the steal on, and he's been slide stepping. A good chance of a swing and miss strikeout. Throw him out. So my guess is the runners will be staying put.
Chopper toward the left side. Harrison going to throw out. Goldschmidt works like a bunt. For the runners at second and third with one out.
Went with the fastball. Pretty good location. Perhaps ball 4 that Goldschmidt swung at.
Goldschmidt retired on the 3-2 pitch. Runners move up 90 feet, and now Mark Trumbo will pinch hit for the left-handed batting David Peralta. Another trip to the mound from Francisco Cervelli. And Ray Searage is going to join in this conversation.
Maybe some strategy. A scouting report on Trumbo for sure, but then maybe a discussion on whether or not we're going to walk him intentionally and go after Hill. Maybe just to pitch carefully to Trumbo.
Trumbo off to a 286 start with a homer and 6 RBIs. Aaron Hill struggling in the early going, a 154 average. And tonight Hill 1 for 3. 417 average against left-handed pitching for Trumbo to just a dozen at bats. Infield in all the way around.
We've seen Watson go upstairs and get some swings and misses. Trumbo, about the ball he hit last night off of Garrett Cole, a high fastball. He hit into the gap in right center.
Big cut on the fastball from Trumbo.
That's what you have to love about Tony Watson. Just fearless out there. It doesn't matter who's up there. He'll challenge you with the fastball. Doesn't waste many pitches. Doesn't pitch around anybody.
Oh, and 2. Watson's demeanor never ever changes. He is as cool as it gets.
Crowding Trumbo once again.
Popped him up. Alvarez in foul territory. Makes the catch. And that is out number 2. Dancing down the line. Enciarte almost baiting Alvarez.
He wanted that pitch out and away. Look at that ball came back across the outer third. Very lucky that that ball didn't get to the outfield. Tony Watson does a good job though.
He's gotten 2 big power hitters and now Aaron Hill. Aaron Hill, no slouch. He's had some strong offensive numbers over the years. Slipped a bit last year. 33-year-old veteran. Takes strike 1.
Look at that location too. I mean, Cervelli got way in there, and that's the other thing Tony Watson does so well, and that's rare to see him make a mistake like he did that 0-2 pitch to Trumbo. Got away with it, but look at him when he goes inside. I mean, he's going to miss
either on the corner or off the plate.
0-2.
And then sets up that good inside fastball right on the corner with a good changeup, and had Hill way out in front. Now pitches to waste.
Watson gave up the infield chop single to Inciarte to begin the inning. Then Pollock, the base hit to center. Got Goldschmidt to chop to third. Trumbo, the pinch hitter, fouled out. 0-2 on Hill. This is in.
That's what he wants to do. If I'm not going to hit that corner, I'm going to miss just off the plate. And that is just off the plate. That's a good pitch, though. Sends a message. Hill has to be protecting in there now.
Whoa. Wow. Cervelli, in his excitement, thought that Hill had offered and jumped up and pointed toward the third base umpire, Tony Randazzo, asking the home plate umpire Jerry Davis for an appeal, and then realized got to go to the other side. You didn't think maybe it was a foul tip?
Yeah, I think he was pointing at the bat, not the third base umpire. I think he was pointing at the bat.
You're
saying
right.
That hit his bat. That hit his bat.
Right. That's what it was. He was certain, or at least he tried to buy a call. 2-2. Swing and a miss. It is elementary, my dear Watson. He's done it again.
He can flat out pitch. Wow.
What a performance. Cervelli loves it. Still tied at 1. Here in Arizona. Pirates wrap up this series against the D-backs tomorrow afternoon. Francisco Liriano on the mound here at Chase Field. Coverage starts at 3:30 with Pirates pregame presented by W.B. Mason. Pirates have the 2, 3, 4 men in the order up. Polanco, McCutchen, and Walker. Mark Trumbo stays in the game. He's in right, and the new pitcher, their closer, Addison Reed.
Probably looking forward to seeing the closer. See if he brings the heat. Addison Reed. Mostly fastball slider.
Polanco 0 for 3 against the starter, Ruby De La Rosa.
Not many opportunities for these D-backs. Just a couple of save opportunities, and Reed picked one up.
He was 32 out of 38 last year. He's trying to keep this game tied. And Inciarte moves from right to left to make room for Trumbo and Wright. And a foul ball off the bat of Polanco. Trumbo fouled out against Tony Watson, who then struck out Aaron Hill. Reed, the former White Sox closer, in his second year with the D-backs.
That did not miss by much. Fastball borderline down, right on the edge. Just down.
Oh. Polanco. Jerry Davis got the worst of it.
Look, he yanked this fastball. Not to be away, and yeah, that got Jerry Davis right in the shin guard, it looked like.
Now full count on Polanco. Fastball up, and he fouled it back. Addison Reed was traded over in December of 2013 for a minor league infielder, former third-round pick of the White Sox in 2010. 29 saves in 2012 for the White Sox, 40 2 years ago. Another 3-2 pitch. Another foul.
Making him work. Gregory Polanco.
Foul off to the left. Another fastball from Reed. It remains 3-2 on Polanco. He reached on an error in the first inning. Error charged to the shortstop Cliff Pennington, and then he stole second. Initially, the safe call from the second base umpire Phil Cuzzy. Chip Hale, the manager, challenged it. It took 3 minutes and 43 seconds before they came back with the call standing. Stolen base remained. He was picked off first base after reaching on a fielder's choice, and he grounded out his last time. And he checks. No. Home plate umpire Jerry Davis said he went. One out.
Yeah, looked like again a borderline pitch. It's down and off the plate. Gregory Polanco trying to fight it off. It's definitely went. Different kinds of fastballs here tonight. You know, you see a hard fastball from the starter De La Rosa that doesn't play as firm. I'm sure the hitter will tell you that his 95-96 doesn't, looks good to hit. You know, certain guys you see a little bit better. He didn't throw it very often. And you got the sidewinding 84-mile-per-hour fastball. Yeah. Now this guy, his fastball, Reed's fastball, just explodes out of his hand, but it's the velocity is just 93, but has late life and carry, hard to get to, kind of like Tony Watson, his fastball. Then you had AJ, who had the great movement on his two-seam fastball.
High fly ball to center field, sending Pollock back toward the warning track. And he'll make the catch.
Boy, that's two of them tonight that Andrew just missed. Both hitting about the same place in center field, both caught by the center fielder Pollock.
Yellowwood bringing the lumber, featuring Neil Walker. last night of Josh Colmenter, had the RBI single in the first inning. In the 8th inning, off Evan Marshall, doubled over the head of the center fielder Pollock, bringing home Andrew McCutchen all the way from first. Walker doubled in the 4th and scored the Pirates' only run on a Pedro Alvarez double. Reed did give up 11 homers in 59 innings last season. A 4.25 ERA. That was the highest among National League relievers with at least 10 save chances. Melanson if the Pirates take the lead. If not, Archimedes Caminero will come on. Two and one. Three balls and a strike.
You bet here 3-1 count that Neal's going to look for a fastball in one spot. And he's going to try to get the barrel to it and pull it, hopefully in the air.
Liner toward the left center field gap. Neil Walker going to pick up yet another double and allow Marte to come to the plate with a chance to bring home the go-ahead run. A 2-out base hit for Neil Walker, his second double of the game, and already his 7th of the season.
Boy, is that a pretty swing. I mean, you think they're going to pitch him away just to think that he's looking to pull the ball and trying to hit a home run with 2 outs here in the 9th inning. But Neil Walker goes with it so nicely. Typically you'll try to take a crack at hitting one out, put a quick strike on the board, but man, he just went with that pitch very nicely. And now a single away from taking the lead.
Seven doubles. Neil Walker. Some let's go Bucks chants. And the D-backs fans, in response to that, they start booing. Check swing. No.
All fastballs from Reed. His first 17 pitches. Then Marte gets up there, gets first pitch slider, does a good job of laying off.
Two and 0. Marte trying to bring home Neil Walker from second base. Walker doubled in the 4th and scored on an Alvarez double. Here a 2-out, 2-base hit. Again, 7 doubles already for Neil Walker. Didn't pick up his 7th double last year until the 45th game of the season. And a roller and headed into the outfield, and it'll score a run as Marte delivers to give the Pirates a 2-1 lead in the 9th. Skipping past Pennington. Bucks lead it 2-1.
Sometimes better to be lucky than good, and then Marte hits this ball right off the end of the bat. And had some crazy spin to it, but this fast infield, this ball almost spun away from the shortstop Pennington and just barely gets through. You see he's playing Marte to pull. This ball's just spinning, barely getting out there. And that ball, if any ball has eyes, that one had eyes.
Pirate fans, a bunch of them on hand here, cheering on the Pittsburgh Pirates, who now lead 2-1, and look for more here with Alvarez at the plate. And again, 2-out action for the Bucks.
All the runs scored in this series. 2 out RBIs. 2 out RBI hits.
Marte might be thinking about running. Now Mark Melancon up in a save situation. On Alvarez. And another throw over. Last year, opponents were 7 for 7 against Addison Reed. Most of the time, those late inning pitchers are not quick. Now to play. His career 26 steals, 1 caught. Wow. That's just begging to take a 26 stolen bases in 27 attempts. I wonder what Phil Cuzzy thinks of this.
Yeah.
One guy was doing it an inning ago, stopped the game, and now everybody's doing it.
20,000.
Yeah.
You would think Marte is going to take the first opportunity he gets, try to get in the scoring position.
Like a concert instead of a ball game here. Pirates leading it 2-1. And now count in Alvarez's favor, 2-1. It was kind of comical, the thing. In all seriousness, one guy did this 2 innings ago, and they stopped the game. They told him to stop it. And now, as you said, 20,000 fans are doing it. 2-2. Strength in numbers, I guess.
You would think that may or may not affect the fielders. I don't think it'll affect the hitter or the pitcher or catcher.
Two and two. Reed throwing a bunch of pitches here in the ninth. His 25th coming up. And again, concerned with Marte, who returns standing. Starling Marte's RBI is 13th of the season. Scoring Walker. Neil Walker doubled into the left center gap. 2-2 on Alvarez. Lines it to left field. And a base hit. Marte to second base.
Some nice plate coverage there from Pedro Alvarez. Pitch away from him, able to stay back and stay on it. I think that's going to be the key to Pedro's season. Look how far off the plate it is. I don't think last year he can reach that pitch off the plate. And, if Pedro can consistently get to that pitch, as you see Marte putting on the brakes.
Mike Harkey will come out. Pitching coach as Alvarez lifted for the pinch runner. Sean Rodriguez will pinch run and then stay in the game to play first. Cisco Cervelli coming to the plate. The Cardinals beat the Brewers tonight 5-3. Brewers fall to 3-15. Braves were 5-2 winners over the Phillies. Baltimore in 10 beat Boston 5-4, but there are protesters and what appear to be riots outside Camden Yards, and they have asked people in Baltimore to stay in the ballpark.
That's scary.
Protesting the death of Freddie Gray several days ago. Here's Cervelli, who has doubled, fouled out, and struck out. Ruby De La Rosa went 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, didn't walk a batter, struck out 8. Brad Ziegler had a 1-2-3-8. Before the Walker double, 15 straight Pirates had been retired by De La Rosa, Ziegler, and Reed himself. But now 3 straight hits. The battling Buccos leading it 2-1. Oh, 1 on Cervelli. One and 1.
As the Pirates make Reed work, 27 pitches. You extend this inning, you get him into the 30s.
Pretty much take him out of tomorrow's game.
Pretty much.
The closer. Two and 1. As Reed approaches 30 pitches, he probably has to get Cervelli, or they'll bring in Randall Delgado. Delgado was the man who hit Andrew McCutchen square in the back August of last year. An obvious retaliation for Goldschmidt being hit the day before. 2 and 1. And now 2 and 2.
Still amazed that nothing was done.
That is the most incredible thing of all time.
Yep.
Delgado was not suspended.
Not fined.
Nothing. To our knowledge. We asked people about that, and they said, well, it's possible he was fined and we don't know it. Well, then what good is the fine if you don't publicize
exactly.
it? It's absurd. Andrew McCutchen said, I don't forget. Ended up on the disabled list, remember? And the next day hitting that sacrifice fly and that injury that landed him on the DL. 2-2 pitch. And it's a pop up headed toward the seats. They'll stay 2 and 2.
Another one of those Cervelli at bats. Seeing a lot of pitches.
.30 pitches for Addison Reed. Very close, full count. Reed threw 36 pitches against the Giants about 9 days ago. That is very, very close. 3 and 2. Runners will go. And Cervelli pops it up. And in shallow right, Trumbo will make the catch. Neil Walker doubled with 2 outs, and the next batter is Starling Marte. Brings him home to give the Pirates the lead. Mark Melancon coming on to try and nail the save. beautiful shots again from the Allegheny Health Network Supermo, and a big 2-out hit from Marte. The double from Walker. Sean Rodriguez stays in the game at first base. And it's Mark Melancon once again, who had the 1-2-3 save last night, getting 3 straight ground balls.
Clint Hurdle doesn't like to use his relievers more than 2 days in a row, but Mark Melancon getting saves each of the last 2 days. Only needed 19 pitches to collect the 2. 9 last night. 10 Thursday afternoon.
Ball and 1 strike. Clint Hurdle was talking about the Melancon again today before the game. Asked about that velocity. Yep, it has dropped. Who knows why? But he said he's seen it before. He believes it'll come back. It's at Houston Street when he had him back in 2009. The velocity dropped, but then it came back. Of course, he's been a big-time closer ever since. Popped up, foul territory, and Rodriguez will make the catch. 1 up and 1 down.
Went to the cutter to get ahead, then he goes to the big curveball. Perfect location, right on that outside edge. Easy fly ball, and always important to get that first one.
Here is Tuffy Gosewich. Drive toward left field and a base hit. They're playing deep, and Gosewich has his 2nd hit of the ball game.
Missing up in the strike zone with this particular pitch, the cutter, pretty much right down the middle, chest high, and it's hit hard in the left center field. But this is why the no doubles defense works. Marte playing deep, able to hustle over, keep that ball from getting to the wall.
Nick Ahmed now at first base. Here's Cliff Pennington. Strike 1. Pennington has reached on a bunt single, walked intentionally, and hit a ball to the warning track in left center field. It's Manny Tomas on deck to pinch hit. Ideally, you'd love to see Melancon get that cutter in, get a ground ball, and not face Tomas. Theories as to the velocity drop. Iris and Melancon say he is healthy. Clint Hurdle brought up something that Neil Huntington talked about in his radio show a week ago, that maybe the disruption over the winter going to play in Japan in the Major League All-Star exhibition might have had something to do with it. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pennington.
Well, that's a weird thing. I mean, you hear pitchers with dead arms or what have you, but to not feel any discomfort or anything like that has to be weird. But I think the guy that's least worried about it is Mark Melancon.
Right. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pennington. Runner goes. Pitch taken. Throw down. Gonna be in time to get him. Francisco Cervelli is pumped.
That was huge.
Throwing out the potential tying run at second base.
Oh boy, that's a risk and not a great jump. If you don't get a good jump, even if you get the steal sign from the bench and you don't get a good jump, you put on the brakes. You cross over and shut it down. And a curveball, Cervelli gets out there, gets himself in a good position to throw it, and obviously fired up.
Now Melanson falls behind Pennington, 3-1.
Whether or not he was given the green light by Chip Hale or the steal sign from Chip Hale, you know, even if you're told to steal, you don't get a good jump, don't go. That's a huge break.
3-2. Once again, you want to keep Tomas on the on-deck circle. Melanson a strike away from getting the save. Tony Watson in line for the W. Time is called. Just as Melanson was into the windup. Cervelli to Mercer. Nabs Ahmed at second. 3-2 pitch. Walked him. And he will have to face the Cuban defector.
That's a shocker. Melanson. You can say all you will about the velocity.
Yeah, the big thing is the command. That's more than anything.
There's a guy that just doesn't walk many batters, Mark Melanson, and that's his fourth, although one intentional. But
that's the big thing, the command, not the velocity. And Melanson not to be hitting his spots. Walked 11 all of last year.
See all the room in that outfield. It'd be hard to keep the ball going to the wall.
Ball one.
There's a guy in Tomas who likes to hit the ball the other way. Went the other way often last night. You know, Mark Melanson, for the most part, stays away on right-handed hitters.
1-0. Oh, bad looking swing.
Was it ever? That's again, location. You talk about location. This isn't where Mark Melanson wanted it. He wanted it outside. That ball just pretty much spun right down the middle. And very fortunate. Tomas took such a bad swing.
Two and one. We saw Tomas started third base in last night's game, recalled from AAA Reno 10 days ago. Signed him as a free agent in December. 6 years, $68.5 million. 2-2.
Cutter stayed up a bit. One thing though, he looks a little slow. I mean, kind of late. Tomas, despite the velocity being down from Melanson.
Charlie wants to come back with a breaking ball. 2-2. 2 outs. 3-2. Definitely Melanson not sharp here.
Comes up, gets the bottom of the mask.
To Ender Inciarte is on deck. Payoff pitch to Tomas. And we'll do it again. Out of play.
Again, missing with location. Lift that one up.
Paul Alexander and Kent Tekulve will have Pirates post game coming up right after this one, hoping it's just a second or two away. Can Melanson get Tomas? Do it again.
Some of these pitches from Melanson. Cervelli's setting up on that outside edge. When Melanson's on, he could dot that outside corner. Look at where some of these pitches are.
It's all over the place. You hate to say it, but it's a fact. Just not there yet with the command. Doesn't mean it can't come at any moment. Another 3-2 pitch. Chopper towards second. Walker there. On to first. Raise the Jolly Roger. The Bucks defeat the Diamondbacks. And now the Pirates have won 4 in a row, and they feel like they're flying high these